A simple practice for loosening up the hip joints, discovering power in the pelvic floor or the center core of the body, as well as easy movement for the lower back. We can do all this seated. In today's video, you can use 2 air-filled balls. You could use one if you happen to only have one, or a hand towel. My preference is for the air-filled balls as they are squishy for the body, very comfortable to sit on. These are a 4-inch diameter. It makes it a nice broad surface. Anything smaller than that tends to shoot pretty easily in or out of your balance point. And if you are using a hand towel, I tend to just take the towel in its large state, fold it in half so it is a longer rectangle, fold it in half again, and then I roll the details in so that I have a smooth towel, if in fact your hand towel has a detailed finish. By the time the towel is rolled, it's about the same diameter as a 4-inch ball. Can work very well. I'll actually start with 2 balls just to have a very simple practice. I can place one under each gluteal fold, the place where the thigh and the glute meet. It's that crease that you will find underneath and in front of the sit bone where it's easy to sit, say, on a fence post or to balance on a surface if you need to. And that's where the balls go, one in each gluteal fold. Therefore, my pelvis and my tail are free to hang and relax, and there I am. I start just by shifting my weight side to side, driving down in one hip and up on the other, down in one hip and up on the other. It's a similar motion to, say, passing gas or wind, if you will. However, the main focus is on the connection in the torso to lift a hip and the ability to draw the other hip down and in towards the middle of the body. Lift the left, draw the right one down and in, switch to draw the left one down and in, lift the right. I can execute about half a dozen or 12 of those and then stay seated level on the balls, use my arms as I like to twist and rotate the spine. One leg will reach forward and out slightly, the other one will feel like it's coming in to me a bit. The motion of walking, the way one leg pushes forward and one pulls back from the hip. A little looseness in the shoulders and in the neck as you choose. And then coming back through center. And you can essentially just massage the hamstring attachment there or wiggle the body front and back to loosen up the hips in the joint as well as the pelvis and a little bit of the back. Remove the balls and feel the difference that that has made in breathing for sure and in seated posture. I'll turn to the front to show what's possible using one ball. In this case, I will work under my left side. So I will take the ball under my left gluteal fold. I place it right in front of that sit bone. I'm now crooked on my hard surface or my stool. You could be using a dining room chair or a bench, preferably nothing too squishy. And I press down on the left hip and draw the right hip over and then release. Down on the left, right hip over and release. I'm going to move smoothly and gracefully here as not to overtake the ball and end up wanting to fall off. Lift up, balance, and remove back down. To make it a little more challenging, the legs come together. You're going to feel more work on the lifting hip or the side body. You might also feel more power needed to drive the pelvis that's on the ball down. I might, again, execute 6 times, maybe a dozen, and then I will stay in the air, my right hip floating, use my arms again and twist, rotating my body. Right hip is free to move through space, just hovering above the stool. You might rotate again 6 times, maybe a dozen, nice and easy. And then you can take the right hip back down to the stool and massage the left hamstring in this case. Just moving the body forward and back over the ball. Usually the ball does a nice rolling motion underneath you. And then you can remove the ball and feel the difference that 1/2 has made, that training on the body. Notice your ability to twist, all the way up through the spine, maybe even in just the neck or the jaw. And then you can do the same thing on the other side. I will demonstrate with the towel just to show you that you can use the towel. I'm going to place that sideways so it's a broader surface area under the gluteal fold. I will find myself crooked again, and I'm pressing down on the right hip, up with the left. This is a little bit more compassionate approach because it's clearly not a round object that would want to tip or move. So you have a stable surface, but an elevated surface to work on. And again, I have this idea of down with one hip, up with the other, minimizing how much the leg is working, focusing on the side body, the torso, and the pelvis. Open the left sit bone down and then draw the left sit bone up and over to the right. Or you could think of opening the right sit bone and bringing it to the left. Different images. I'll stay in the air on this one and rotate my body. Again, you could execute 6 or 12 rotations. Breathing. Find your place to rest, set the hip down, and then you massage the right hamstring on the ball, or essentially kind of wiggle or move around on the towel. The towel doesn't roll the same way that the ball does, but you can still move your pelvis on top of the towel, practicing a forward arch or a backward lean, and allowing for more movement in that individual hip joint and pelvic calf. You can remove the towel. You'll notice that the towel is flattened out quite a lot. However, the feedback on my body is that it has still worked. So then I can check my rotation. Oh yeah, that is looser. I can check my breath, my neck. Yeah, and enjoy.